Good morning, friends. Breakfast today is my a 3-point smoothie, and in my smoothie I have skim milk for 3 points a cup, and then I have a frozen spinach, a cara orange, and a banana, all for a 0, and a serving of non-fat Greek yogurt for 0, so that is 3 points. I have my second cup of coffee, sugar-free French vanilla creamer. So again, today breakfast will be 3 points. Hey friends, lunch today is a half of a grilled sandwich on our homemade bread and mixed fruits. So it is a total of 8 points. The bread is 3 points, homemade white bread. And then I have on here 3 points worth of butter, and I have 2 points worth of cheese, and I have cantaloupe or muskmelon and blueberries. So again, lunch today is 8 points. Hey friends, good afternoon. I'm trying to situate myself and situate you here so I can chit chat while I crochet. I don't know why I went like that, but I am working on my mosaic crochet blanket. I just finished the section of the bunnies, and I'll be going into, I'm going to call them the roots of the daffodils that will come out next, or this coming Friday. But the thing about mosaic overlay that I like is that the front and the back's just as pretty, because you'll probably see the bunnies better on the back. But can you see that bunny? His tail is here, and then right where my head is his ear and his eye and his mouth. And then from the front side, I can't see what you're seeing, so I hope you can see this. So there is the bunny right there. There are 3 of them. Yeah, you can see that bunny right there. So this right here is what I call the roots of where the daffodils will be shooting up. But those are the bunnies. These were the 4-leaf clovers. Then the next section was the 2 different eggs with the cross in it. Right there, as I'm peeking up. And then you had your little flowers like this. Of course, you have your baby chicks. And then we had the beginning, get it to show. And someone asked what these were, and I couldn't see it at first, but they're hearts. So right here is the heart, the V, and then these are upside down hearts. So you got white hearts and brown hearts. So the V is here, and then the V is here for the heart. So those were hearts. I still have a hard time seeing them. And then you had your tulips. And basically the tulips is what started everything. So I've been working on that like a mad woman today and yesterday. I just have had no gumption the last few days. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm overwhelmed is what I think it is. You ever get that way? You just get feeling overwhelmed by crafts, by anything. I have got so many different crafts going on right now. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I do. So anyways, pull up a chair, get a drink, get a snack, pull out your craft, listen to me for a little bit. I hope you don't mind me chit-chatting with you today. The sun finally came out. And welcome everybody. My name is Teri. This is my channel for me to try to lose 100 pounds. I've lost 30 pounds so far of it. I can't seem to, I go from 35 to 30, 35 to 30. So one of these times it's going to break, and it's going to be 40, and it's going to be 50, and it's going to get right there. So I post daily vlogs. I started this back when my friend Miss Carrie was doing videos, Weight Watchers with Carrie, and it was accountability for both of us to show what we ate and posted it so that we could see it ourselves and to keep us more accountable. And I really didn't think I'd have people watching me for some reason. It was just like a online diary. So I started that last February, and I just been posting what I craft, what I eat, the good, the bad, the ugly on the weigh-ins, and chit chat along the way. So welcome if this is the first time finding me. I live in Michigan with my husband Jerry, who I call Mr. Jerry. We have 2 grown children and 3 grandchildren, and we have a kitty cat named Miss Cali, who is 10 years old, who was just recently diagnosed with early kidney disease. So I just wanted to come on and talk to you a minute. I tend to do a lot of crafts because it keeps my hands busy and keeps me out of the food. But I also sometimes take on more than what I can do. And then I get overwhelmed. And that's where I am right now with my crafts. I have got, and I'll back up a little bit, none of these are one of those that someone's going to sit there and, you know, say, you're not going to get paid if you don't get this done or whatever. It's stuff I've done for myself. So I love to knit socks, and I just knit for the family and Mr. Jerry and myself. And I was doing that, and then I got this wild hair that said, you know, you need to use up some of that sock yarn, so why not pull 12 skeins of your sock yarn and draw a number, and once a month, the first of every month, you will pull out a number. Mr. Jerry draws a number, and then I pull the coordinating bag that's in, and that's what I knit up for socks. And I did marches, and I got the first sock to the heel flap, and that's where it stopped. Because then all of a sudden I decided, oh, our granddaughter Miss Layla, she needs a pair of socks. So I cast on her a pair of socks. I got one of her sock done, and then I just started the second sock. And then this crochet along came along, and I love this type of stuff on the mosaic. I've never done it. Well, I shouldn't say never. When I did in Christmas, I did mosaic hats. It's kind of the same idea, but I've never done one like this. And so really enjoyed it. Things are going smoothly. I can keep up with everything. And then there was a knit along, and I thought, oh, I want to try that. So I bought the yarn, and there's been 3 clues that have dropped, and I haven't finished. I have 14 more rows of the second clue before I even start the third clue. That one I'm getting so that I don't want to do because it's a cowl and we're getting into spring. I will always have the pattern and I can always tuck it away for right now. So and then I also decided I want to do a temperature blanket. But not any temperature blanket, because I saw someone on Instagram that did them in blocks, and so I am doing, and she did it in the linen or moss stitch, and so I'm doing that. I've got January's and February's done, and really that one isn't too consuming because I basically do it on Sundays or whatever day I feel like doing them. I write down the high temp, and I have colors. I have 12 different colors that coordinate with highs and lows, and so I decided to do that. Well, once you do, you know, if you do it every day, it doesn't take long, or even once a week, it doesn't take long, because they end up being, when you're done, about, I don't know, 16 inches, 18 inches. It's going to be big. What else did I do? Oh, then my embroidery. I did a Christmas embroidery along last year, and lo and behold, she has an Easter one. And it started, and it's through embroidery, no, Abide Embroidery. And so this is this year's, and we just started it, and these are called wagon wheel or wagon spokes or something. And today's I will be filling in the blank area of the ribbon or the banner right here. So I mean, and it's, you know, every day you have a little bit. She has a tutorial, you have she's put a playlist, Easter songs and stuff like that. There is a Bible reading in it and stuff like that. So I'm doing that, and I decided that I needed to start sewing, and I started a trip around the world, and I have shown pictures of that, and I got all the light colors all sewn and cut into their 2.5-inch strips. I just need to take the dark colors and sew them all together and cut them in their 2.5-inch strips and lay them all out and sew them in their blocks. And I haven't felt like sewing. And then this Friday starts our paper piecing mystery quilt along that I really am looking forward to because I love paper piecing. Yeah. You'd think I was retired, which I am, and I have all the time in the world, which I do, but it just doesn't stop there. Then I have a friend who is an enabler, and she shows me in cross stitch, because we also like to cross stitch. And there's another one coming out that is a monthly one. And I think it's for 6 months. No, what is it? 3, 6, 9 months, something. I can't remember. But anyways, so Miss Teri signed up for that, and the pattern's going to arrive Friday. Oh my Lanta, I'm telling you, that's what keeps me young, I guess. But the last few days, oh, and I just remembered the other one I did. I started it with my friend, and that was another embroidery one, and that comes out the 1st of every month. And I've got January's and February's done, but not March's. I've just started it. But what I've been finding out is at nighttime, this is how I used to do it, is in the mornings I would either knit on the socks or I would crochet if there was something to crochet while listening to my devotions. And usually in the afternoon, I'd go in my sewing room and I'd sew. And then at nighttime, if there was any embroidery or cross stitch, I would do that. Well, I haven't felt like getting off this couch much for, you know, almost a week. And so the sewing has halted. I haven't felt like knitting on socks. And I haven't been stitching. So during the day, I've been working on this mosaic blanket. For whatever reason, this is what I need to do. So, but it also makes me think, and I'm thinking, you know, it's kind of like our weight loss journey. We can go along just fine, and things, you know, we're losing weight, we're exercising, we're eating right, we're tracking, we're getting our fluids in, we're sleeping well. And then all of a sudden, you know, you start to see someone over here that's doing something different, and they're losing faster than you are. And you're like, ooh, it's that shiny thing, the squirrel moment. Or you start watching other YouTubers and everybody's doing this thing or everybody's doing that thing. And before you know it, you're getting overwhelmed. Maybe you're getting overwhelmed because you're not losing weight. So you're trying to change it up. Maybe you were tracking and you still aren't losing weight and you decide, I'm not going to track. Maybe you quit getting your walks in or your exercise in or your drinks in or whatever it is because you're just so frustrated and overwhelmed. I know what that feels like. I sat there and I told Mr. Jerry today, I said, I feel like maybe I shouldn't have done this YouTube channel because, you know, I'm not any, I don't feel like I am anybody's encourager. And thank you for the ones who said that I am, but I don't feel like it. And I don't feel like a good example. Now, I'm not going nowhere. I'm here because I do enjoy this. And I control how much content I put into the videos or not. So today's is going to be a little bit longer than it was yesterday. So the thing is that I get frustrated and I'm human and I make mistakes and I eat things I shouldn't eat and I don't track it. You know, I don't do my walks. I'm not very good all the time of putting in my, you know, getting my fluids in. I've been really concentrating on the tracking. And the reason I did concentrate more on the tracking is because before the pandemic hit, I went to a Weight Watcher meeting and well, it was, you know, the same meeting that they're closing mine down at. And I had a friend who always came and she never stayed, but she would come in, she'd weigh in and then she'd come over and she'd chit chat, you know, about the 10-15 minutes before the meeting started and then she would leave. Well, she happened to see on my tracker, you know, God, I can't remember how many days. I mean, it was like maybe 3 months, 4 months of all blue dots. And she jokingly said to me, the queen of, you know, tracking and stuff. And I don't know, it just hit me. It was the way she said it. And it just hit me wrong. And it threw me. And I just quit tracking. And then I was up and down, up and down, up and down. And I let her get into my head. And sometimes there's only room for me to be in my head, and it's not a good place sometimes, if you know what I mean. And so this time when I started up with WeightWatchers. Well, I never stopped it. There was over pandemic time. Miss Sandy says that that was her best time that she lost her weight. That was the worst time for me. And I was paying WeightWatchers to watch me gain weight. But I was tracking it. And I didn't want to stop it because I didn't want to lose those silly blue dots. Because that was the only thing I felt like I had control over. Because at that time, I didn't have control of the situation of the world or what was going on and everything. And the only thing I could control was what I fed myself, how I took care of myself, and tracking my food. Then I decided to go back to meetings once they opened the meetings up, and it was probably 6 months after they opened the meeting up. And I decided to go back because I did do better. And I started going, and I was staying for the meetings, and then I don't know, I got sick or something, and there was someone had gotten COVID, and they kind of shut it down a little bit, and then that sent my anxiety in, and so all I do and did is go, weigh in, and then leave. And now they're going to be closing it down due to budget. She posted it on Facebook today. Our leader did, due to budget and the contract with the church. Not WeightWatchers' contract with the church's contract with whoever, that it just wasn't going to work. And so now I'm going to go back to online. I would love to be able to drive the 35 miles one way, but my anxiety doesn't let me do that like it did. And it's not like an easy drive. I mean, it's going into the bigger city, and it is right almost downtown, and yeah, and I'm not going to ask Mr. Jerry to drive me there. He would, but I'm not going to do it. And in the winter months, no way. The one road to get up there is always terrible in the winter. So I say all this to say I'm going to go back online. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I got on my scale when I got home from WeightWatchers yesterday, and my scale is 1/10 heavier than what the Weight Watcher one is. So I am going to take what it is. I'm going to still do it on Tuesday, so I'll do it Tuesday morning. That way I'm not starving myself all day long and then feeling like I need to binge eat to catch up because I'm so hungry Tuesday night. So I just wanted to say, you know, if you're feeling overwhelmed like I do with my crafts, with my weight loss journey, just sit back. That's what I'm doing. Take those deep breaths in, and then slowly let them out, and then look back. Maybe not at the weight, because that can get discouraging, but look at other good things that is happening in your life. You know, are you tracking more than you ever used to? Are you getting in more vegetables than you ever used to? Are you treating yourself better than you used to? Go measure yourself. You're going to hear Mr. Jerry's clock go off. And I find for myself that if I can measure certain points of my body, whether it is the neck, the chest, one upper arm, and you know, the thigh, the waist, the hips, the calf, whatever, and mark it down, And then on those weeks like I've had, then I'm up, up, up and barely down, even though I feel like, you know, like I lost that ½ pound. And I'm grateful because mentally I don't think I could have handled a gain, because I really felt like I did good, except for, we had our anniversary. We went out to eat, but I tracked it all. And then I was in the negatives, and I brought it back out of the negatives. But it doesn't mean that that gives me the right to sit there and say, forget it all and go eat what you want, because what good does that do? But I also have to remember to go look at those numbers, remeasure myself to see, did anything change differently? And if they didn't, that still isn't a bad thing, because you can tell how you feel. You can tell if you're sleeping better. You can tell if your clothes are fitting better. If you have rings that fit better. If, just anything. Because that's what I've noticed about this is, I always have to watch it because this is super loose now on my tops. And I have t-shirts that slide over my hips that aren't snug, if you know what I mean. They just fall. So I know that I have lost something, and I just need to keep up this good fight, because this good fight is my life, and I need to keep going. And I'm going to have good days, I'm going to have bad days, and some days they're going to be awful days. But then I just have to dig a little deeper. So maybe that's why I have all these extra crafts, and so I don't have to deal with the reality of that. I'm one of them that have to keep track of food. I can sit there and say it's not fair. Doesn't change anything, does it? I just, for whatever reason, food was my comfort, and still is, and will always be. It's always going to be in my head. There's something, whether it's genetics or whatever it is. But anyways, I just wanted to come on and say, I'm so proud of you all, just like I'm proud of me. I'm proud of us every day getting back up and trying it again. Getting up and saying, I don't care what happened yesterday, that was yesterday. I only need to worry about today, and I shouldn't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow's always going to have its own set of problems. I just need to worry about today. And if I have an extra cookie, or I grab chips, or I do whatever, and it's not on plan, that's all right, as long as I get back on plan and I don't wait until tomorrow to do it. Because whether it is at nighttime and you messed up, you have the morning to start all over again. Whether it's in the morning and you sat there and had that bag of chips or that candy bar or whatever it was, your next meal, you can make up for it. You could go for a walk if it's nice outside. You could sit there and walk around in your house. You could sit there and say, well, so I had that extra thing. That was your treat for the day. Now get back at it, girl. So anyways, my friends, I've talked to you long enough. I'm not for sure what supper's going to be. We really haven't discussed it. Mr. Jerry got up this morning, and I don't think he slept well, and I know I didn't sleep well. And he went over and visited with his mom. He went and took some auction stuff over to Caledonia, and of course he likes to do it first thing in the morning. And first thing in the morning, Miss Terry's got to wake up. And I didn't realize he was going to stop to his mom's, or I would have just said, well, can you give me at least, until at least 9 to take a shower and enjoy a cup of coffee and stuff. But he went over and took stuff over, and then he visited with his mom. And his mom has dementia. She's 90 years old. And she's at the stage now where you can talk to her, and out of the blue, she'll just start talking about something else. Like he said today, pointed to something, says, I don't know, look under that cupboard there, or look over there, or look over there. And, so, there are worse things in life than, I guess, being to the stage of, why did I eat that extra candy, or why did I have that extra burger, or why did I do this or that? I have to remind myself there are worse things out there. Like my husband, who lost his mom, but she's physically still here. So, life is full of choices, and they all are good, or they're all bad, or they're all in between. But we just have to, I don't know. I felt like I just went off on a tangent. I'm going to back it up and just say, we got this, my friends. I say that a lot. I say it is what it is, because for me, it is what it is, because I can't change it. I can't take back if I ate that extra whatever snack that Mr. Jerry had. I can't take back that I didn't sleep well. I can't take back that I only lost a ½ pound. But I don't want to say only, because you know what? ½ pound, they all add up. I can't take back that the scale isn't budging like I want it to be. All I can do is control what I can control, and do the best job that I can do, and forgive myself if forgiveness is needed. And if that means I need to have my pity party and cry about it without food, that's what I need to do. Or I just need to throw myself into my crafts and just do my crafts. And as far as the crafts go, they can be put away, and then I can pull them out when I'm ready to do them, just like my weight loss journey. If that bag of chips or that sweet candy he has in there is really bothering me and making me overwhelmed, I can have him put it away someplace where I don't know where it's at. That way, when I open up the pantry doors, I don't see it. So there's always a solution to everything. Maybe. Food-wise, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, my friends, again, thank you so much. The sun finally came out this afternoon. It is cold out, though. The wind's blowing, and it's cold outside. We're supposed to lose an hour of sleep this Sunday. Don't forget to turn your clocks ahead. It always messes with me. I don't know about you, but it always messes with me. And seems like it takes forever to get back onto where your body doesn't feel like it should be this time. But it also says that spring is right around the corner, and nicer days are going to be coming, and being able to be outside and to walk and to be able to enjoy life. So stay strong, my friends. Thanks for listening. I know this was extra long, and I didn't even crochet on this. Take care, my friends, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for listening. Supper tonight is chicken and mashed potatoes with corn. The mashed potatoes are about 6 points. The chicken is 0. The corn is 0. So again, supper tonight is 6 points.